And now, shooting it straight with Donnie C. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another live edition of Return to Boys, Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. And with me, as always, my good friend Dave. Dave, how you doing today?
I'm good.
So,
Yes.
this week, season finale.
The season finale.
Season
it is
number
over.
8 came to a close.
Season number 4.
Season number... Oh, sorry. Episode number 8 came to a close. And the title and everything, go ahead.
All right, we're dealing with Season 4, Episode 8. It was supposed to be called Assassination Run, but because of what's been going on in the real world, they decided to call it Season 4 Finale.
Right, they changed it real quick and came up with a very...
Original name.
Title. Very boring title. Like I understand you didn't want to call it assassination, and they started the whole show with a disclaimer. Tasteful.
Yes.
I can respect
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you don't want to call it assassination. Okay, great. I get that too.
Yep.
But they couldn't come up with anything better.
A better name than, yeah.
Kind of weak to me. Kind of weak to me, but whatever the case is, it is what it is. We can't change it. Oh, Lone Wolf already. Ow! What's up, Lone Wolf? Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us.
And the one last stat from, since I've quoted it all season,
yes.
9.2 on IMDb, which I will agree with. If they're going basically on how it was written and paced and everything, yes, I would agree with them. It was a well-written, it's probably the best episode, which the last one should be.
It almost has to be to keep you interested for the next season.
Exactly. And they did push, my summary of it would be they did push a lot for season 5. They set up a ton of shit for 5. Right. They did close some doors on some shit, right. But with 4, on 8, on 4, now I'm doing you. But they left that fucking door wide open for 5.
A lot of things. Yeah, it started off with obviously the disclaimer, and then they jumped from the disclaimer to Huey and Annie. Oh, and after they did a little boom, boom, boom.
The boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room.
So we can do it on that. Yep.
Not again. Stop.
Classic. I love that song. She asked him to marry her. And it wasn't even Annie. It was the doppelganger or the shapeshifter.
Yeah.
And he said yes and gave her the ring. It was so beautiful. Engaged to the wrong Annie. So almost brought a tear to... No, it didn't bring a tear to my eye.
No.
Not at all. Not at all. No. And then you saw the shapeshifter's finger kind of start to decay, and I was wondering, do they have a time limit of how long they can stay as a person in shapeshifting land?
Apparently, yeah. They have to go back and get
recharged. So like a rechargeable battery. So that's nice. At least if you can get away, if you can actually find out who they copied, and copy and hide them, after a while you'll know who they are. Nice and easy.
And they did dive in a little bit with how she can, she reads memories and stuff like that. So last episode we speculated, how does she know all of that? Now they put clarity on that with this one.
So and I figured that's what it was going to be. Obvious, it was pretty obvious that's what it was, and everybody was saying it, but it's still they didn't express until this episode. So I thought that was good. And then the next couple scenes, you have Butcher with Grace inside the hospital, and he's on death's bed, bro.
But he looked good for somebody who was in, let's say, hospice. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but he was on the tail end. You could tell he was hurting and everything else. And then they brought in Shimanut's Ryan, thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they brought Ryan in, and they had a heart-to-heart and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then while they're doing all that, you go to Homelander. And Homelander's saving enough pubic hair to make a merkin.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, it's disgusting." And really?
Well, he went like this first, and just
dude, you're the one saving him.
Yeah, what are you saving him for, bro? And then now Dave knows what a merkin, and Dave knows what he could be.
Yeah, maybe that's what he was doing.
Watch the regular show; you'll understand what a merkin is from last week's episodes.
Maybe that's why he was saving him.
Right,
he was going to
never know. He was getting ready. And then while Homelander was going through his disgusting pubic hair phase and everything else, he started cleaning up after Ryan, and he found a picture.
Oh yeah, he found that. Yep.
Ooh, he found a picture of Rebecca and Butcher,
and
I can't remember the dog's name. What's the dog's name?
I don't remember the dog.
And he saw the picture that Ryan's been saving and stuff, and oh man, did he get pissed? That was a father to a stepfather moment. That was like, nope, screw this. I'm his dad, and I'm gonna burn everything in my house down. Like, he just went off.
Oh yeah, that he did.
Ryan comes in, and then Homelander's yelling at him like, "Come here."
Yeah.
And Ryan's like, "Nah, I'm good." He just said, "No, I'm not hanging out with you. You're pissed off. Let's see what happens when you get pissed off."
And again, I should know the actor's name. The guy that plays Homelander should be awarded something, because he has shown his range of everything, like from pissed off to crying to everything. The dude deserves something.
And you know what, Dave? I've had to show up every single time on what is it?
IMDb.
Yeah.
IMDb.
What you said. And it's the first time I didn't, and then you bring it up, and then I didn't have it ready. You son of a bitch. His name is Anthony Starr.
Okay, there you go. He deserves something.
Anthony Starr. He's Big Anthony. I got a little Anthony. He's Big Anthony. No. And then after that whole scene, all right, so Homelander doesn't have control over his son. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. What parent really does all the time. They cut into Annie actually talking with Doppelganger Annie or Shapeshifter Annie. And they're having a whole conversation and everything else about who's good and who thinks they're good, and everybody thinks they're good and they're not good. And it makes you think for a second, like everybody justifies what they do. So
yeah, I agree, 100%.
And everybody has a good reason, but that don't make it right.
Right, exactly. It makes you rethink your own life. You sit there and you go, wait a minute, do I do that?
I keep telling you, it's all about perspective, the different angles and seeing things from different views. And that was a perfect example of it. And I was like, that's nice. Because everybody in the world does it. And that Shapeshifter was the one I called it out. Like, yep, that is a true statement.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go back to Butcher, who starts to reminisce about his life and realize all the things he should have done or didn't do and wants to do when he calls Huey in a moment of, I'm about to die.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
It's like the very end, like, I wanted to say goodbye to you. I'm not going to say goodbye to anybody else, but to you.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, that makes sense. I could see that, trying to get some closure and everything else.
Mm-hmm. But he did tell him to tell the boys he was sorry and all that.
Right.
So,
but,
you know,
it's that moment right before you go that everybody goes, that's the moment of clarity.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, okay, he's about to go. And then that's when Ryan actually comes in and starts talking to them. And they try and explain, Grace is trying to explain to him and pushing him pretty hard about, oh, your father's a killer. Like, he's not a good person.
Yeah, he's in a tug of war. He went from getting yelled at from Homelander to getting berated by Butcher and Grace.
Yep. And Butcher was being good. I think they played that character well, where he didn't butcher him so much. He was more like, you do what you want to do. At one moment, he goes, if you want to walk out, walk out. Like, I don't care. You do what you do. And Grace is like, no, you're not leaving. You're not getting past me. And then that's when Ryan realized, like, he's in this room to hold Soups.
Yep, like his father.
He's reaching for the button.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan says,
yeah. You realize he killed his mother and his grandmother.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Good job, buddy.
Is she biologically his grandmother? Don't know.
That's what I heard. I mean, I don't know.
I didn't know that.
That's what I heard. Like the recap videos that I watched, they said he's a double, whatever the word was, because he killed the grandmother and the mother.
Okay, I didn't think that she was the mother, the grandmother. I just thought that she was somebody that kind of took on that role to help him.
No, I think legit.
Regardless, it doesn't. All I'm saying is it doesn't pay to try and help Ryan as a mother.
Well, here's my thing. Why won't he? They want him to kill Homelander. He refuses to kill Homelander, but he killed his mom and his grandmother. He's got no problem with that.
Well, I don't know if he did Grace by accident. He was just trying to get out, I think. And
they were both accidental.
Fear for your life or whatever. So you're like, okay, I'm going to do something and just push it out or whatever else.
Yes, they were both accidents, but still, the end result is they're both dead.
They're both more done. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. Then Homelander gets on TV with Firecracker, who's called and Victoria.
Having a little side effects from the moo juice.
Yeah, the moo juice.
the pills that make the moo juice.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he outs Victoria. He's like, okay, I had enough of this. Newman, no, she's one of us.
Yeah.
And he hits her with the leg. Boom.
Yeah, to prove it, he's like, to prove it. I don't know if that got you, but that caught me in because I didn't expect that shit. I was like, whoa.
He actually hit her with the lasers. Like, outing her is one thing. To hit her with the lasers?
Yeah. But I think he hit her with like a small dose because it didn't really. It was a little zap. Yeah.
Show the world that she's not going to get hurt. Zip.
Yeah.
She was not very good. She was not happy about that. But it is.
No.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, she was pissed. But go ahead.
And Homelander basically told her what's up and either fall into place or it's over, pretty much. Yeah. Like, we're taking over, get on board because this train's out the station already. Like, and she realized, okay, I have no control over anything anymore.
Yeah.
And
she's
it was
done.
A false sense of security for a long time.
Yeah, because she knew she's going to be the puppet. She doesn't want to be a puppet. Right. So now all of a sudden she wants to, team up with the boys or whatever to try to get her out of her nonsense.
Yep.
But I think before that, didn't they have like a little team meeting? What's left of the seven?
That was right after they had the team meeting.
Yeah, then they're like, hey, well, we need to have a list of all the people that have shit on us, and we got to start taking them out. And then the Deep's like, well, what about Ashley?
Ashley's number one.
Ashley, she knows everything about it. Right. And then he writes her name and he spells it wrong on the thing.
And he goes, what's her last name? Does anybody know her last name?
Dude, he has a vendetta again. He just wanted that kill. That's it.
Well, did you when right when the meeting started, Firecracker came over and gave Homelander the milk. And he I don't know if he smelt it or he tasted it, and he looks at it. And
first he sniffed it, and then he was having some wine or something.
He goes, left one. Like, he called out which breast it came out of.
Well, he also said cilantro because she was eating cilantro.
He can sense that, but he can't tell if somebody's outside listening to their conversations.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. And then you find out that the pills that she's taking to make the milk, it's really starting to get her sick. Like,
getting her sick, fever, everything.
She's not doing well. She's not doing good at all. She needs to slow down with the moo juice.
Yeah, but then so Ashley heard about the list and everything like that, and overheard them there. So she panicked.
She overheard it, but Homelander didn't know.
But Homelander can't hear shit. Yeah. So she hauls ass into Homelander's apartment or whatever, his bedroom, gets the compound V, takes a shot of that. She falls over, the wig falls off. She starts transmuting into something, and that's all we see of Ashley.
That's it. You have no idea what happened after that.
I was pissed about that.
I'm like, how do you don't even like nothing? Like, put her in a situation where you see her start to morph into something more than just like something.
Right.
Nothing.
I was hoping that there was a post-credit trailer that had something to do with her about what happened, and we got nothing. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was, I don't know. It was a little bit. I was hoping for a little bit more with that.
Yes.
So, and then they go to the underground bunker. So you see the president in the underground bunker. You got Huey. You got MM. You got Kimiko. You've got Annie, and not the real Annie, the fake Annie. And then the president and all his
Secret Service and all them guys probably.
And the only thing I could think of was I would hate to be an extra, or I would love to be an extra in one of these these shows, because there's going to be a close up of them dying somehow.
Oh yeah, big time.
And I was counting. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they're all going to die.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're going to die. I didn't get any of them correct, but I had my thoughts.
Yeah.
So then that's when Huey realizes, because the fake Annie says the same thing that the lady that was in the closet said.
Yeah, so what she said, it's hot as an oven in here or something like that.
Something that wasn't that, but it was something like that. Yeah,
something like that. And then he finally
came to light.
Yeah, all of a sudden, then he flashed back, oh my God, that's not Annie.
Right. After all those times of having sex.
Yeah, 20 times.
That's right. By the 21st, he should have known.
Exactly.
I understand 20 times, but not the 21st. So I give him a little bit of a break. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Hey, good for him. Good for him.
Exactly. And then while they're fighting the new Annie or the shapeshifter, the president gets out. The guards are all the security's pretty much dead except for one guy or two guys or whatever else. As they're getting out, Kimiko comes and tries to stop her.
Yeah, she gets snapped in. Yep.
Neck twisted so far around. Just
you could do a drinking
backwards.
You could do a drinking game with Kimiko, man. Like anytime she gets her neck snapped, arm broken, leg chopped off, whatever, take a shot.
Done. You'd be messed up. You won't remember anything. You better take notes. So then all of a sudden they're about to die. Like it's close to the end, and all of a sudden the real Annie comes out of nowhere,
right,
and starts fighting, and beats the hell out of her.
Yeah.
Which, I understand this is how it has to go, but I don't know if Annie would win
without her powers.
Without her powers, I mean, she's stronger, but so is the shapeshifter. So I don't think the real Annie, would win. Now she's got something. She's got that anger and that rage, so maybe that helps her. But
extremely pissed off, and she also just ripped her wrist out of a friggin' shackle, so she had that going too.
She's not doing so good, but then she can fight this girl and beat her up, and I'm like, I don't think that would happen either. I thought what was going to happen is they were going to be fighting, and then Kimiko was going to come from the back end and do something, or put her arm through her chest, or something like that. Not that Annie was going to just win.
Right.
That was, to me, I thought that was a missed opportunity to have Kimiko come back and get her revenge on the girl, and they could team up
on the girl
together
for having her neck snapped. Yeah,
right. But what are you gonna do?
Can't have everything, man.
I guess not. Then you get Victoria actually calls up Huey and says, "Listen, I'm scared, and I need your help because Homelander is gonna he's off the rails. I can't do anything. I can't save him. I can't help him." Like, he's in control, and I don't want him to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we going to do about this? Can you help me, or this, that, the other? He's like, why should I trust you?
Yeah.
You've pulled so many strings already. What the hell are you going? What am I going to trust you? And she goes, I'll tell you where my daughter is. That's how much I'm trusting you. Like, please. That's okay. That makes sense.
And I actually would have liked to have seen her as a part of the team, man, because, dude, you got a head popper on your team.
Yeah, I mean, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good head pop? Just me? I don't know.
No.
All right. So then you cut back to Deep and Noir going around just killing everybody.
Yep. They even killed the second Ashley, who wasn't on the list.
The wrong Ashley. Noir. Like, they didn't tell me which one it was. Why did you kill this one? She didn't know anything. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
And excited about it like the original Noir.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that's funny. That's that's comical a little bit. I mean, it's, for the boys, it's a comical moment where he kills the wrong person.
Right. And he got he got excited because he's
he's getting his groove back now. He's getting,
right.
Like the first one did. So good for him. Then Huey, we go back to the boys, and Huey gives a speech about why they should help Victoria and everything else, and try and all of a sudden, like, they're like, yeah, okay. I don't know if I would just roll over and be like, yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, they weren't all like, okay, let's have her on there, but they realized the advantages of having her and stuff. So I think that's why they were like, okay, you're gonna be here, but Frenchie, have that thing on stat, because
he was ready. But where were they going to shoot her? Because her skin was impenetrable from the first episode. Like, they couldn't break the skin the first time. I didn't understand how. And they were like, oh yeah, we'll shoot her in a vulnerable spot. What, up the nose? What's up the rear? Like,
and not only that, why would you have Frenchie, the guy who's going to shoot her, like right next to her? Wouldn't you have her like a little further away? So
all she has to do is go like this, and then his head pops.
Right.
He's dead.
But you don't need him that close.
No. A, you don't need him that close. B, she can pop his head in half a second. Like,
right.
How is that as, again, false sense of security?
Mm-hmm.
Stupid, but whatever. So they're all together. Annie forgives Huey, or at least they play like she's teasing him or whatever about it.
Yeah,
so he's okay, good, we're good. We got some work to do, but we'll get over this. Uh-huh. Okay. they're all in there together, and who comes in to say hello? Hello.
No, Butcher.
Butcher comes in to say hello.
Right. Before we get into that, though, we missed the part where Frenchie and Kimiko had the nice little kissy kiss.
Right. They kissed. They kissy kissed.
They I guess squashed their beefs. They're finally gonna let whatever beef be and help each other get through everything. And they had a little smoochy smooch.
Which is good, because I've been rooting for them for day one.
Yeah, I was on their team from the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, they should be together. They deserve each other. They're both lunatics. Perfect. Yes. The sex is going to be incredible. Good for them. And I got to be honest, you can do anything to her. She's not going to die.
She's not going to die, nope.
You're good. Go Frenchie.
Okay, so yes, Butcher comes in. Now, I don't know what you think about this, but I think this is my theory on Butcher. The reason why he was dying was because he wasn't giving in to his Kessler side.
Okay.
So that's what was killing him. Because I think the Kessler image or whatever, it is whatever superpowers he has that wants to take over his body. Right. So him fighting it is what was killing him. Because did he look sick when he was there? Not at all.
He looked much healthier.
Yes. So
yeah, I noticed that as soon as he came in. I'm like, oh, he's healthy. There's something up.
I have a feeling he's not going to die. That's going to keep him.
No, he's not going to die. And I didn't think he was going to die from day one. I knew that
he was
going to turn to a soup or whatever else. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'll jump into it a little early, but I think that is going to be one of the problems he has later on, where soups are going to die because he's a soup now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's becoming a soup, and that's it. And
that's he's going to. Yeah, if he wants
of the puzzle.
Right, if he wants to release that virus that's going to kill all soups, guess what, dude? You're taking yourself out as well.
So how do you feel about that? Because the guy who hates them the most is the guy who's making him into that character also.
Yeah.
So, and then he comes in, pushes Huey to the side, says, "Excuse me while I whip this out."
Because Huey was trying to say, "Listen, don't do it, please." Blah blah blah.
If you've never trusted at me ever before, please now's the time to do it. Like your brother. Trust me like your brother. He's like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
and
whatever.
As soon as he used the left hand, I knew that something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because if he used the right hand, he's right in front of him.
Right.
But by using the left hand, it's easy to just shift and move and do something. So I knew as soon as that left hand went up, that's like the mental thing for me. If somebody was to grab me, I had to like get out of it and stuff like that. As soon as the wrong arm went up, I go, oh, I know what he's doing. He's doing so. He's moving him. Yeah, And that's sure is what he did. And then all of a sudden, all the tentacles come out. What do you want to call those things?
I guess tentacles. Tentacles, I guess. Yeah.
Right. I mean, they're not suction cup tentacles, but
no, they're not. What they were like blades or whatever. And you had a problem with what the Starlight fight. I had a problem with this one, only because they took out Newman like that. With his squid stuff. Like, I thought she was a little bit badder of an ass with that, Listen, so for her to go out like that I had a problem with.
Well, again, and I was going to say a very similar thing. While she's wrapped up in the air, and he's pushing everybody else out of the way and threatening people like,
like, pop his head.
Couldn't she pop a head?
His? More specifically? Oh, you got me. This is fun. Bink.
Yeah, exactly. Done. Like, I don't understand how she didn't pop heads and be done.
That was the only problem I had with this episode, was that part right there.
I was like, this is just not good. I don't understand this at all, because now it's 2 fights in a row on a season finale that I didn't like.
Well, one for me.
Just not good. I don't know. All right, so then sisters, we cut back to, they're back at Vought again.
Yeah.
Sister Sage comes back in.
My girl. Yeah.
And she's like, well, I guess the plan worked. And Homelander's like, what plan? She goes, well, there was a couple more bumps in the road because you didn't listen to me, but we got there.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like, they failed, and he goes, so did we, and he's all crying and shit. Right. Like, come on, dude.
Homelander crying.
Yeah, suck it up, man.
Good superhero. Puss. Anyway, him and Huey should hang out together.
Have a beer, cry, and hug.
Drink, they can cry together. One guy can drink a beer, the other one can drink some milk. Please, the two of them.
Can you imagine if that actually happens? That
would be awesome. 5? I would love that. Anyway, she goes back and says, it worked out and everything else. And then she goes, before she leaves, she goes, buckle up for part 2.
For phase 2, yeah.
Phase 2. What's oh, there it is. Buckle up. What do you think phase 2 is, Dave?
I have no friggin' idea. I have no idea. It might be the whole plan with the gathering up all the
Starlighters.
All the Starlighters and humans and shit that attempted the assassination attempt against the president and Victoria. And it's being all head by all the soups. So this season 5 is going to be interesting.
It is because at the end of this season, the last couple scenes you had was, okay, Newman's gone.
Yep.
Her daughter, I don't know where the daughter went. Where'd your daughter go?
The daughter went to the.
That's right. She went to the class.
Where somebody else was
agency.
there. Yes, there you
go. The adoption agency. That's right. I forgot about that.
She went there.
Okay, yes. So she's at the adoption agency now, where her mother was. So that's where Stan took in her mother. So
and I think
Stan's going to be involved bringing her.
I think Stan's going to break her out of there because he disappeared too. I'm sure he's still alive, so he'll grab him.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking so he's going to grab her just like he did the mother, and he's going to try and raise her again and start a whole new special unit, whatever.
Right.
And then Gen V jumped in.
Yeah.
That was the whole group that grabbed Frenchie and Kimiko.
Yeah. I'm glad I watched. I'm actually glad I watched I didn't get through the whole season. I'm glad I watched about 3 episodes because at least I know who these characters were. Because I would have been like, what the hell? These guys?
Right.
Who are they?
So they had the brainwashing one where she just touches you and she whispers in your ear or whatever.
Yeah.
And Frenchie just walks off.
Yeah, and because they tried to do like, okay, we all have to disappear now.
Right.
Everybody's got to go into hiding
together in groups.
Yeah, and that didn't last long.
Kimiko yelled no.
Yeah, we finally got a word.
She said a word. It's only been 4 seasons, but we got a word.
4 seasons, 32
she hasn't
episodes.
Been in all the seasons, but yes.
But whatever, you know what I mean.
She finally said no. So maybe, we've got her singing in other episodes where she was like daydreaming or whatever, but she actually spoke.
I wonder if she goes back to not speaking.
I'm so pissed.
I'm not saying she needs to have a full vocabulary, but
why shouldn't she have a full vocabulary?
She
knows how to speak. She knows the words. She knows how to text. She knows how to type. She knows how to find a book and pick it. I can't even find a book. And hold it up and say whatever it is. Like,
right.
She knows the words. She just doesn't choose to use them. So now she can use them.
Right. Well, let's hope.
She better. I'll be so pissed, Dave, if she doesn't use them. My God.
She's gonna start. First scene with her should be sign language. Just kidding.
I will pause the show. And just shake my head. Take me a minute to come back. God, that would kill me.
They get taken away.
MM is getting ready to go visit or go live. Go live with his wife and his daughter. And then all of a sudden you see, and for lack of better words, I'm just call him Jake the Snake.
Well, what the hell's his name? Elephant tongue, something. He has a name. I forgot what they said.
It wasn't his name, but he's the one that has the mutant dick.
Yeah, the humongous. Yeah,
and he could just make it grow and go and everything, and he knocks him out with it.
Yeah. Poor him.
Talk about getting de-slapped. Yeah. So then he was taken away also. And then you're like, okay, obviously, like, and then Huey and Annie are driving, and then they get ambushed also.
They get ambushed. They get Huey, and then
she goes. They look at each other, they nod, and she's like, all of a sudden her powers are 100% again.
Yeah, because the psychic woman was from season 2, I think they said, and if I remember correctly, but she looked. Yeah, they do a staring contest, and all of a sudden. Love sausage. That's.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you.
I knew it had something. There was an innuendo. I know.
Must have been an Italian one too, because it was huge.
So I don't know what was in that stare, but all of a sudden Starlight's like, "Hey, I'm good," and then flies off.
Like you saw her, she was charging her hands a little bit, like, okay, I have a little bit of power again, like a little bit, like. But then she had full throttle to go fly away.
Right. You can't pull yourself out of shackles, but you can stare at the psychic and then go.
And they go. That was another thing that pissed me off. I was like, okay, that was that. And but So I ended the episode, and I wasn't at that 9 point. What was the number at? Yeah, I appreciate that. We were trying to get him on to do the live with us, so we appreciate you made the live.
Made the live.
The way we intended.
Right.
I mean, for me, you said it was a 9.2.
9.2.
I disagree.
Okay, I agree.
I didn't think it was a 9.2. I thought it was like an 8 point. I don't know. We'll say 8.5.
Okay.
It was still good.
Right.
It was still good, but it wasn't great. As for a season finale, I was hoping for more.
Right, but they still. I mean, you miss, and then credits roll for like a second, and then they bring you to. It was spoiled for me because I saw it somewhere. I think even before the freaking season even came out. That, they show you that Soldier Boy's alive, and once again, Homelander starts tearing up. Stop crying, dude. But I guess because he sees his father frozen in carbonite or something, and now they're going to use him for season 5. So
so he's back. Soldier Boy's going to be back for season 5. Homelander's going to cry his balls out to season 5. Ryan's still in the wind. We don't know what Ryan's doing.
Right. Ashley's in the wind.
Ashley's in the wind. We don't know what power she has or what's happening with her.
A-Train's in the wind.
A-Train is in the wind. Butcher is this monstrosity of a guy now, and who knows what he's going to do, because you only seen him do one thing with Victoria, and that was the end of the scenes for him.
Right.
So you don't know what his mindset is either.
He took the virus and drove off, so I'm sure he's going to plan to do something with that.
But, there was still so much open-ended. Mm-hmm. And not that I don't mind open-ended, because the season finale, you've got to prep it and set it up for the next season. I get that. 100% I get that.
But here's the thing, is that if we didn't know there was a season 5, like say season 5 wasn't announced, and they ended season 4 like this without knowing, that could even infuriate you even more. Now that we know there's a 5, so it's a little bit easier to take that hit.
We can take it in stride now, but other shows that you don't know, like when Lost and it's just a different show completely, but and I never watched Lost.
Right.
But they ended it like that, and then the season never came back. Like they just said, "Oh, we're canceling the show."
Well, gee, thanks.
You watched, I don't know how many seasons there were, but there was 4, 5, 6, whatever it was. Right. People were watching Lost; they were going crazy. And then it just got canceled. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, I really hope, and I don't think The Boys will be canceled, but I really hope that something like that doesn't happen. I know they're saying they're going to come back with season 5, but if they didn't, I'll be so pissed that all this is still so open-ended.
It's too popular. It's too popular.
This is becoming like a Marvel. So you have, just like you have Marvel and you have all the other shows on Disney Plus and this, that, the other, and The Boys is doing that too with Gen V, and it's kind of separating, and there's different.
Right.
So I don't see it not happening.
But I also don't see Gen V taking off from when The Boys ends. I don't think Gen V is going to take over, because I don't think it's going to have that following.
No, it's not going to have as strong of a following, but it still have some following.
Right.
And it's trying to get, and we talked about this in the up-and-coming episode that's dropping tomorrow on our regular show. They're trying to get the older viewers and the younger viewers to merge. And I think that Gen V is exactly what that is. It's getting the younger version of the superheroes that are twisted to hang out with the older guys and the older viewers, and then go, okay, we can have a show together with both sides working together and understanding each other.
Right. Isaac said every character other than Butcher and Homelander have all taken a step back in terms of character development, with Starlight character being the most frustrating, which I can agree with that 100%.
Me too. There was no rise in any of the characters this season, as far as I know. They all plateaued, and it was just a straight nonsense, not a nonsense season, but the season was frustrating because out of the 8 episodes, 4 of them were good, 4 of them were not, and you're stuck in the middle going, well, what are they doing next? Right. And I think they are setting up so much for season 5 that they fell short on season 4. That was my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. I'm with you. Huey really didn't. He
did nothing. His father passed away.
Right.
And he met his mother.
Right.
And then he slept with the wrong woman 20 times and didn't know it. So good for him. So that was the peak of his whole season. He got to sleep with another woman 20 times, and he's not going to get in trouble for it.
Again, good for him.
Amazing.
Right. And Butcher, Butcher went on his ride. We knew what was going to happen with him.
That was pretty obvious, and we knew from like I said, the foreshadowing of him with that rabbit. we knew he was going to have something similar to that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was. Like, there was no guesswork.
Right.
It was laid out pretty simple.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but to me, as a series, you want to be challenged a little bit more than that, and you want to have some more surprises.
Yeah. But overall, I wasn't disappointed with it. I enjoyed it. You know, it got off to a slow start. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't disappointed in the series. My thing, like I said in the beginning, was I was just frustrated that it seemed like they were setting too much up for the next season than concentrating on this one alone. So,
and I feel that they still did that. Like at the season finale, I still feel that way with the whole season. Which that's not how you want the viewers to feel about the seasons. Because if anybody asks you, what are you going to say? Yeah, season 4 is all right.
It was all right, right? Yeah, you really can't judge 4 until you see 5. That's kind of what it is, because you're getting, it's like a 4A 4B kind of deal.
Exactly. Yeah, and you just don't know until it comes in. So I guess we'll just have to sit and wait and see where they go with this. But it's
probably going to be a while before we see it, because I think they're just now filming season 2 of Gen V. So
yeah, I mean, we're talking 2 years easy.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking 2 to 3 years before we even hear about it coming back again. Because, like you said, with Gen V and everything else, they're going to tape Gen V now. This way they can tie everything in together and make you watch it. So before you watch season 5, if you're not caught up.
So Gen V is probably going to be 25, and then you're thinking 5 is going to be 26.
26.
You think 27?
Late
I'm thinking
26, early 27.
Yeah.
Easy.
That sucks.
I know, but that's what I'm thinking. So, unfortunately, guys, that means you're not going to see us doing live episodes like this for the boys for another 2 years. Yeah. So, because I don't know if we're going to do it for the Gen V or whatever. We'll see what goes on. We'll see what happens when it comes out.
Maybe we'll do like an overall thing on that one.
Maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe we won't. But
we'll see.
If nothing else, please check us out on our socials. Hang out there with us. See what's going on. See what's happening. We have all these different socials that we're always on, updating and changing and putting clips on and everything else for our regularly scheduled show. And our regular show comes out every Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Happy Hump Day. Who doesn't love a good Hump Day, Dave? I know Love Sausage loves a good Hump Day, and so do I. Just a little different. But outside of that, check us out every week on our regular scheduled Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. Dave and I are always talking about something. And Dave, do you have our email? Shooting It Straight WDC@gmail.com. If you guys have any questions on our regular show, you shoot us some questions. We answer your questions too, because we want to be part of the crowd. We want to be part with you, and you have a part in our show. So hopefully you can come join us with that and have some fun. But until next time, until the next boys, or we come back for that, or you're checking us out on our regulars.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to say, Don, thank you for going down this rabbit hole with me, because I suggested this, and you're like, all right, let's do it. I know it was, it's a little bit. We had like 6-7 episodes here, but I'm glad we did it. I had a lot of fun doing it.
No, I enjoyed it. I'm glad we did it also, and I'm glad the viewers were with us and stuff like that. We got a decent amount of views, and I appreciate everybody for watching. So if you're still with us and you're still watching, thank you all. We do appreciate all of you coming in and watching us with us during the live shows, or just as a pre-recorded episode. So thank you all. And hopefully we'll catch up with you guys soon. Check us out on the regular Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. And have a good rest of your week.
Peace, everybody.